You never know when you really need a dose of patriotism until you get it into your system. And then it's like, wow, that felt pretty awesome. We're referring to an American Olympian getting a ton of attention for all the right reasons. Tamyra Mensah-Stock making history in Tokyo after becoming the first Black American woman to take home a gold medal in wrestling. But unlike some other athletes who have used their platforms to protest and criticize America, she has no problem praising our country. Tamyra saying, quote, "I love representing the U.S. I freaking love living there. I love it, and I'm so happy I get to represent USA." So obviously, the sheer positivity coming from that young woman is welcome relief. And we all know it's that attitude that will carry her throughout life. People might mock the power of positive thinking, but I dare you to find a failure among anyone who employs it. Obstacles become adventures and setbacks become challenges. Contrast that with the activist persona, which dictates any expression of glee or gratitude is viewed as counter to their mission. Everything must be part of the great struggle against perceived oppression caused by the evil country you represent. But last night, this great athlete reminded everyone why the Olympics is so special. It should be the greatest time of your life for you and your country. And I'm saying that as someone who hates the Olympics. I'll just stare. So, Katie, now that's like old school Olympics, like you remember growing up. Happy athletes, happy winners, patriotism. Everybody's adorable.
I just love the wholesome goodness and gratitude that she showed to her coaches, to her own hard work and her work ethic, to her ability to take on challenges and overcome them. I feel like we live in a time now where people think taking away challenges is beneficial to people, when really challenges allow us to overcome adversity and achieve great things. I love that she's a small town gal from Texas, and her dad is an immigrant from Ghana who came here somewhat recently and believed in the dream of America for himself and for his family. And to watch his daughter take home a gold medal to represent the United States of America is amazing. And I think it is what everybody really needed. And I just love everything about her. And I hope that she gets to go back again. This was her first Olympics. Also impressive to go in and win gold the first time. So congratulations to her. And thank you for giving us all some optimism and gratitude.
Something fun to talk about, Jesse, isn't it? Does it strike you as sad that she's accomplished more in her short life so far than you will in your entire life?
She doesn't have a #1 bestseller, does she?
That's what I wanted you to say.
She will.
Maybe she will. And I heard she might be doing a little Fox in a few days. I can't wait for that interview.
Yeah, I'm excited. Tomorrow morning, she's going to be on with me on America's Newsroom tomorrow. That'll be 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, there it is.
Tokyo, but we're so excited to have her for sure.
Well, I'll be watching that because she is just brimming with exuberance, and it's contagious for anybody that watches that. And what I've noticed is the people that are happy are also patriotic. It takes happiness to be patriotic, because happiness, a key component, according to moi, is
that's French
being
for me.
Grateful.
Yes.
And when you're grateful, you're living in the moment, and you appreciate the blessings of everything around you. And there's nowhere where the blessings are as plentiful as the United States of America. So people that are grateful express that, and that's inspiring to other people who are watching at home. We don't want to feel guilty when we watch the Olympics. We could just watch CNN if we wanted to feel that way. And why hasn't Joe Biden been saying anything about the Olympics? Why is that? What if President Trump were president right now? He would be tweeting. He would be galvanizing us to watch. It would be unifying. He'd be like, on Twitter, "Big win for the female rowers in Tokyo, the precision and beauty and power that they dipped those oars into the water. They will have a big celebration back at the White House with the also beautiful First Lady, Melania. Go USA."
He would know the medal count, for sure. He would know the medal count, just like you know the medal count.
That was almost verbatim of what he would write. Were you writing them for him?
Yeah,
I was
deeply impressed.
Geraldo, she reminds me of Mary Lou Retton. Remember her?
Sure.
Perfect 10.
Can I just speak more broadly rather than referencing Mary Lou Retton, who was a great champion?
How dare you?
I am an old-fashioned patriot, and I think that you and Katie both made a very eloquent presentation in that regard. I also believe in the First Amendment. I think that people have the right to protest. They can use any platform that they have access to. They can, they have total freedom of speech. But I, as an old-fashioned person, you can tell by my mullet, I really feel that the Olympics as not the appropriate stage to be negative about your country. The reason I love the Olympics, one of the reasons, aside from the superb athleticism, is that it's the old-fashioned patriot. Here's the flag of this Mexico, and pick a country, France, and this, and Africa, and where's that country, Côte d'Azur, and all this. Ivory Coast, however you say it. But I think that using the Olympics as a stage to make a political point is a cheap shot. Mm-hmm. And I really believe that, for instance, the women's soccer team and how they started their run. There were so many Americans that I knew were cheering Sweden in the 3-0 rout of the American soccer team. I know that's a very controversial statement, and I apologize if I offend you, but I detest people grabbing the opportunism of that stage and cheapening it. I don't even like the kneeling in the football games. I also thought that knocked off the NFL from its momentum.
It's a distraction. It'd be like us on the 5 all of a sudden start throwing a football in the middle of a political discussion, which I think we should do. Some people used to, I believe. But anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Dana, what are you
that.
going to ask her?
Well, so there's a few things. I think that the adversity point is a really good one. And just to clarify, so her father actually died when she was in high school.
Right.
And it was on he was on his way back from one of her events. And she almost quit the sport altogether. But then she said she was inspired to pick herself back up. She said she loves getting beat up and she loves beating people up. But then she also talked about how nervous she was. She tells her coaches, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm freaking out here, help me out. And so somehow she's able to take all of those nerves and all of that anxious energy and transform it into something that is absolutely incredible. She knew how to bite the metal.
That's the move.
She knew how to bite the metal. The other thing is, with her prize money, she's going to buy her mom her mom's dream, which is to have a food truck.
Yes.
I think she should call it Gold Medal Barbecue.
Oh, nice.
Because apparently, Greg, it's barbecue that she's a specialist.
Well, she's Texas. I mean, it's got to be barbecue.
It's gotta be
I mean,
barbecue.
what else is it going to be? It's not going to be a sushi truck.
Yeah. So,
But that would be my dream, to own a barbecue truck. But I wouldn't have any customers.
you wouldn't, but she's going to have a lot of customers, and I'm sorry. Anyway, it's going to be great to talk to her. She is fully her authentic self, and I think all of us could learn a lot from that.
Excellent. Well, that was fun and upbeat, just like our next block.